Hi everyone, I'm Anne from I'veReadThis.com and this is Smokey, my reading buddy. Today we're going to be reviewing The Child Finder by Rene Denfeld. I typically do book reviews in 60 seconds, but I've realized that reviewing a book properly in 60 seconds is next to impossible. And people seem to like my longer form videos anyways, so this is probably going to be a book review in 5 minutes, more-ish. So back to the book. Everyone that seems to have read The Child Finder really likes it, and I feel the same way. I really enjoyed reading it. It's one of these thrillers that you can't help but just read one more page of. Basically, it's about a private investigator named Naomi who specializes in missing children's cases. And she's brought back to her hometown state of Oregon for a case involving a young girl named Madison who went missing when she was 5 years old, when she was in the mountains with her parents. And 3 years later, she's still missing, and Naomi's been asked to come and see if she can find Madison. The point of view changes mainly between Naomi trying to find Madison and Madison herself. And that's not really a spoiler alert. We find out pretty early on in the book that Madison is indeed alive. She's being held captive in a cabin in the woods by a man we know only as Mr. B. Do you want to get down, Smokey? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Madison's been gone for so long that she kind of refers to herself as the snow child, and she uses kind of fairy tales and her imagination to escape this terrible situation that she finds herself in. Obviously, this book deals with some really difficult subjects: pedophilia, sexual abuse, child abandonment, and child torture in some cases, unfortunately. So I should say that off the bat, that it can be a bit dark for some people, but there's this wave of hope that kind of runs through the book as well. Naomi herself is a victim of kidnapping when she was younger, and she's kind of come through to the other side to help other children who were in her situation. And so we don't find ourselves in these dark situations for too long. And the author never uses these things as a shock factor. They're not, she deals with them in a very sensitive manner. So it's not something that we're caught in the middle of for, pages and pages and pages at a time. What else should I mention? There's a few reviews that I saw about this book that thought that the writing was a little melodramatic or overdone, and I really didn't get that sense when I read this book. In fact, I didn't even pay attention to the writing or really notice the writing. And in a genre like this, I think that's a good thing, because you don't want the sentences to slow you down or bog down the plot devices, which really are the most important thing in a book like this. So I thought the writing was perfect for the type of book that this was. And yeah, I think that's probably about it. I'm really excited about this one in particular because I actually am interviewing Rene in a few weeks for Chapters Indigo and the HarperCollins Crime Book Club. So I get to ask her where the inspiration for this wonderful character Naomi came from. If you can think of any questions that you'd like me to ask Rene, just put them in the comments and I'll pass them along. And yeah, I think that's about it. So The Child Finder by Rene Denfeld. You're going to want to pick it up.